Welcome to a special Jace Media Music video interview. I am your host, Justin Smollison, proud Jace contributor from across the pond. I am so excited to present an interview with Meridian, specifically Martin Jepsen Andersen, guitarist, and their new singer, one of my all-time favorite metal singers, Søren Adamsen. You may know Søren from his time with Artillery. He's been with several of the groups as well. But this is the album that has people talking about Meridian, taking it back to the old school. The new album is self-titled. It is from the Vault Records, which is a sister label of Mighty Music. The brilliant minds there got Søren to join Meridian, and they are crushing it. You're hearing a clip of one of the first singles, Uprising, which is also the first track off the album. We're going to play some more clips, talk to both of them, and examine the creative process and just have a great time. I'm going to gush over Søren a little bit because his work, especially with Artillery, was just life-changing for me. So this is a huge deal. Meridian has also been confirmed to perform at the Nordic Noise Festival 2026. So we're going to plug those dates as well. That's May 2026. We've got a little time, but still, mark the calendars. All right, let's get to it. Jace Media Music audiences worldwide, please welcome from Meridian, Søren Adamsen and Martin Jepsen Andersen. Well, I am so excited to present this interview with Meridian. We've got Martin Jepsen Andersen on guitar, and we've got one of my favorite singers in metal, Søren Adamsen. I had to beg him to join us, and he's finally here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. And now, I just, for anybody who's not familiar with Søren, he was the singer on my two favorite Artillery albums, and kind of changed the way I heard metal for a while. So it's a real pleasure. And when I saw that you were the new singer of Meridian, my head almost exploded. I told Martin immediately. I said, "Oh my goodness, you've got the guy." So, it's fitting that the album cover is just, the album is titled Meridian. It signals a new attitude shift and a new vibe in the band, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
I think so.
Absolutely. So how excited are you to have this album out in the world now? It's been about a month.
Super excited.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you said, in many ways, it's a new beginning for us. I mean, this is our fifth album, but it's the first with Søren, and the sound changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting to put this out there, and but it's also been a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
To see how would the world, I mean, that small part of the world that knows about Meridian, how would they react to this? But the feedback has been really, really good, and we really felt we had something really strong with Søren joining us, and with the slight change in sound, and because we also changed the production method a bit as well.
So were you more live this time?
Well, I wouldn't say live, because we still recorded like first the drums and the bass, and then the guitars afterwards, and then the vocals. But in modern metal, there's a tendency to use a lot of sample replacement, especially on the drums, and also cutting up everything and putting it exactly on time on the grid and stuff. And
right.
And we sort of eschewed that this time. We've never really done it totally, but this time it was really 100% no editing in that sense. Wow. And also, like, there's a tendency to use like a wall of guitars. Like Marco and I would both double, if not triple, our guitar parts on early albums, and this time it's just boom, me one guitar on the left side, Marco one guitar on the right side, and then the solos are overdubbed.
Right.
So it's simpler in a way.
Søren, did you feel like you were stepping into had to fill some big shoes this time?
Uh, I don't know. I don't look at it that way.
Oh, okay.
I they contacted me, and I listened to some of the songs with the previous singer. I never heard about them before. I knew about the name, but I never heard the music.
Right.
And I thought it was they sounded good, and the songs were very well written. So yeah, I got interested because of that, because I think the songs were well written. I thought the sound was a bit too modern for my taste, and I thought that it was good vocals, but how can you say it? A bit too polished for my,
Right.
in my opinion, right? So
you've got like an edgier voice than Lars has.
Yeah, sure. So I knew that if we decided to work together, the sound would change, because of I would put more rawness and perhaps a little bit more old school type vocal to it. So, but I mean, obviously those guys were ready for that change. I think. I mean, that's what they said, and the songs that they had written, the songs on the new album, was definitely more back to the old school heavy metal than more than the modern sound they had got going, right? So
right.
yeah,
I think more, a little bit closer maybe to breaking the surface than the last two albums.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and it's like we're saying, it's like it's like you're tapping into your angry young man vibe, and you get this is the most rageful I've ever heard Meridian. So it's pretty, it's pretty cool. And you
I mean, I'm not an angry young man anymore, but maybe I'm an angry old man, but
an angry man.
I mean, the type of singing that I do on this album is just basically how I sound these days. And I think my voice has gotten a little bit more darker in the past 4 or 5 years. And that's maybe because I'm getting older. The voice changes, and perhaps it's getting a little bit more raw and brutal sounding. I don't know. It just I think it's just a natural involvement for me, as I get older.
When you all met, did you instantly start to get along and get to work? Was it a good mix from the start?
Instantly.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was. I mean, they sent me some of the new tracks without vocals, and I just started working on them back home in Copenhagen. And then we arranged a meeting where I drove up there, took the train and drove up there, and then we met one evening, and I recorded, I think, 2 songs that evening. I recorded Uprising, and what was the other one?
Last Words.
Yeah, I did that, and then we just kind of thought, this sounds reasonably good, so let's continue.
Yeah. That's great, and that's an organic relationship right there.
Yeah, I'd say it is. Yeah, it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, while you were recording vocals, the rest of us were sort of smiling, kind of like, this is the stuff. Yeah, absolutely. And that's what that's pretty much what you hear on the record. That's what what Søren went right in and did that day.
It's just it's a new energy, and you got to be feeding off of it.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Crown the King of Violence. Tell us a little bit about that one. You don't have to say who you're talking about, but just what if you want to talk about what might have inspired it. Maybe it's global geopolitical problems and things like that.
Well, obviously it was inspired by A guy recently became a president, right? But I mean, but this could be about any person in power. It could be about whatever Danish prime minister or the Swedish prime. I don't, politicians in power. It was pretty much about that, basically.
Yeah, I figured as much. It could have been. I can name something. It could have been my guy Trump, who I'm not thrilled with.
Yeah.
It could have been Putin. It could have been Kim Jong Un.
Yeah,
those guys, right?
Yeah. It could be anybody. It could be anybody who oppresses, the little man, the you and me. I mean,
right.
Us who just want to live peacefully. Yeah. So in that sense, I still have got some anger left in me about stuff like that, obviously. So, yeah.
Right. Now, so we got that one, and then I gotta say, Uprising is a great way to kick things off on the album, and that was the first single. I think that helps set the new tone, right? It helps reset everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So is that a collective decision by the band? Like, okay, we're going with this one first.
Yeah. And it was like that from the very start, from the first day that Søren joined us in the studio, because that was the first thing he sang, and I always felt like. The funny thing is, even before Lars left the band, and we started, accumulating material, Uprising was, I think, the very first one we actually worked on. So it's been the first one in this whole cycle, if you will. That's sort of been the first track all along.
Wow.
So okay, great.
So when it became time, we were pretty sure to. Yeah, I mean, even if we weren't sure this was going to be an album, we thought Uprising is the first thing we'll put this out for sure. So
okay.
That's it really set the tone.
Totally. And I can see I can see where an audience is going to be with you right up front. You've got the one word chorus, so that you've got it. You don't need too much else. Yeah. Søren, when you write lyrics, or Martin, you also, do you have the audience in mind to try to bring them in a little bit and not bombard them with too many lyrics, and just try to give them a simple chorus like that, like even in the style of Van Halen or something like that?
Yeah, I definitely have. I think it's very important to, have certain words actually in songs, and you have to, have to think in mind when you're playing it live. Will this work live, and how will it work? And obviously, the uplifting is it's a no-brainer. Everybody can shout that at a concert, and I'm thinking about that when I write lyrics.
That's cool. That's cool. The one song that I gotta say is that the only one that is leaning a little bit more progressive back to maybe the last couple of albums, I thought, was Mask of Anger. That was the only one that I thought that, you know what, if Søren wasn't on this, I could see Lars doing it. And I thought that was kind of a nice, in its own way, little subtle throwback to the prior albums.
Yeah,
I agree.
And actually, it's the old. I think it's the track that sounds most like old Meridian, or actually back to the first two albums with the more slightly progressive leanings.
Yeah,
and that's I mean, we decided to include that. I mean, we all like the song.
Great song. And a good closer.
It was somewhat longer at one point, even. Yeah, thank you. So, that's it's just so we wouldn't, completely throw away, because we all like the progressive stuff as well.
Yeah, sure. And it's not. It's the longest song, but it's certainly in the realm of progressive music. It's not a very long song. I think it's in the 7-minute range.
And it's not like it's like a pocket calculator song. I mean, it's not math metal in that sense. Yeah. It's just, I mean, we all like the progressive music, and so yeah, why not?
Yeah. Now, Søren, do you and Martin have Michael Stutzer in common? You guys you're all mutual friends?
With who?
With Michael from Artillery.
Yeah, I definitely know him. I don't know if Martin knows him. Do you?
Yeah. Well, you know, in the sense that I've met him and we've, you know, been on the bill together and stuff. What Michael and I have in common is that we're both fans of Robin Trower.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah. So we always talk about Robin Trower when we meet, because that's we have his music in common. That's so yeah. But I will again. It's like when we talk about Michael Denner. It's not like I'm super close friends with him or anything. But yeah, we know him. Yeah,
that's cool. Back to the new album, Søren. Did you work with Søren Andersen on this at all?
No, not at all.
But I interviewed him recently this year, and he had great things to say about it. He loved working with him.
Yeah, I love working with him too. I think I've done 6 albums with him or something.
Right.
And he's he's a really, really great producer. He's a great songwriter. He's a great guitar player, and he's a really, really nice guy. I mean, there's no, it's not complicated working with him. He's quick, and I only got nice things to say about him as well.
And I think, Martin, we talked about him once, right? And you've been friends with him for years, right?
I've known him since for the better part of 30 years. So yeah, I met him when we were quite young and hungry guitar players out there. So yeah. But I've never worked in the studio with him. But it's a guitar player friendship.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah.
No, he produced there it is. Oh my God. Søren, when you see this, I got it's back to Artillery for a second. When you see this album, you just go, oh man, that was a magical album.
No, actually not.
No?
Well, I of the 2 Artillery albums I did, I actually liked the first one better,
When Death Comes.
Yeah. Because it was, I think I've been in the band for, I don't know, half a year or something, and we wrote, I think almost all of the songs on that album, except 1 or 2 songs they already written, but we wrote them together in the rehearsal studio, and we had time to do it. When we did My Blood, we didn't have time enough to do it properly, I think. And I also think that the sound on When Death Comes is a little bit better, in my opinion. It's a little bit rawer than My Blood, but there's some great songs.
Yeah,
on the My Blood album, definitely.
Well, I just want to show the audience. Here's the angry young man right there. I think you were a new dad at that point, right?
Yes, exactly. I was.
That's what My Blood was about, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then, even though there's a typo here, my favorite song out of all of your work with Artillery was "Death Is an Illusion." I love that song. Oh, it was a great one.
Yeah, it is good.
My inner self with fire. I love it. Oh, I thought it was the best. So, I got to meet Artillery last year, I think, and I brought those albums with me. I think I showed you, and I had them sign it. And Michael and Peter Thorsland, the bassist, signed it for me. And and so I'm stoked. You still on good terms with the guys in Artillery?
Yeah. I have. For me, there's no bad blood. I met Michael 2 weeks ago at a vinyl convention here in Copenhagen.
Oh yeah.
And he, we just always talk when we meet. And he actually invited me to come up and play a song with him at some show in December here in Copenhagen. So there's no bad blood there.
Excellent. All right. What's another? So what's the plan now for Meridian? You've got this solid album. Everybody loves it. Everybody loves the new throwback direction that you've got.
Mhm.
Are you gonna go? Are you gonna take these shows live? Do you have any festivals or tours lined up?
No tours, but we have some shows lined up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything you can reveal?
Well, we're playing the Nordic Noise Festival next year.
Oh,
In
cool.
Copenhagen. Yeah.
That's
And there's some other.
that's like the Mighty Music Festival, right? Basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So, and we've got some other things in the works as well, but not that we sort of can reveal at this point.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll follow up maybe one day and get
Yeah. But if it's up to me, we'll start writing again soon.
Yeah.
I'm ready to build on this and sort of consolidate this new Meridian.
Yeah. The taste of blood is in my mouth. Don't stand away, just swinging the chain. I love it. Every song on this, there's 9 songs, and they're all none of them. They're all succinct. Even like we're saying, Mask of Anger is it's a longer song, but it's the right length. Everything is. I feel like it's where it should be. And admittedly, I was a fan of Meridian previously, as you know, and I was excited, but maybe like 2% skeptical that it might not be something special, and it blew my expectations away. So I was so excited when I heard the final product, and Søren being one of my favorite metal singers. I mean, I've been following your career. You were in 2 bands with Crystal in it. Crystal Eyes.
Yep.
You were in Crystal Eyes and Crystal Tears. So the Crystal Eyes let out the Crystal Tears. I just got this. I'm gonna break it in a little bit more. There's one called Gutter Creek right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
I made 2 albums with Gutter Creek, and I'm gonna make a 3rd one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now, both that brings up an interesting point. Both of you and a lot of musicians you're not in one band anymore. You have to juggle 2 or 3 at least, right? And probably hold down some other work. Like I know Marco's a producer. Marco Angie, your guitarist, he's a producer. Martin, I think we can safely say you're a music teacher as well. That's okay to say, right?
Yeah, no problem.
Søren, you're in several groups. Is it tough to juggle it all, or does it feel natural at this point?
No, I don't think it's tough to juggle it. And I'm not in several bands because of money, because I have a steady job.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm in several bands because I like playing music and I like playing with different people, because I love music.
Right.
So I have a normal job besides this, So maybe sometimes it's a little bit time consuming with all these bands and having a family and a job, obviously. But I mean, so far it's the way we can record and stuff. It makes it a lot more smooth than maybe 40 years ago.
Right. Martin, do you like juggling? I mean, because you're the leader of Blind Stone, but then you're the guitar player in Meridian, and then you contribute to other groups. I know you're listed as a player in several others. I think one of the times we met was for David Reese. Another time was for Wade Black. So you've got a lot of ideas that are just out there. What's it like for you?
Yeah. Well, it's if I was wearing the band leader hat for every project, it would be real tough.
Right.
But some things I'm like just a member, and other situations are more like a band leader, Blind Stone, for example.
Sure.
So let's face it, some of these bands are never going to play live. I mean, because you got a member in one country and a member in another country.
Right.
So some of it is sort of more, kind of project like in nature, and not where you work like certainly don't meet up every week to rehearse and jam on new ideas. It works another way.
Right.
So really, as long as everybody respects that everybody has other stuff on his plate, or most of us have stuff on our plates. I don't see it as a problem, not at all.
And I think you all do it really well. I've spoken to a lot of musicians lately, in the last 5 years or so.
Yeah.
And more often than not, they're in the same situation as you both, where you might have a music adjacent full-time job, and then you're also several bands just to keep the creativity flowing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't see. For a while, it seemed kind of like taboo to admit that you had a job.
Right.
Yeah. On the side, you had to sort of give up the illusion. Hey man, I'm doing this full time and I'm living the rockstar life.
Right.
Well, the fact is that nobody's living the rockstar life. Well, a select few are.
Right.
And all of us, we have a job.
You did mention something really cool though. A lot of the bands from Mighty Music and from the Vaults and Target are going to be playing Nordic Noise Festival.
Yes.
Have you ever played there before, and what's it like?
I've played there with Meridian.
Yeah.
I tried. Yeah.
What is
The funny thing is,
big thing?
well, big. It sort of depends on, because it depends on the venue they pick for it. It has been at they've had it at big venues, but they've sort of I wouldn't say downsized, but they've started using smaller venues for it, because they rather want a sold out show than a half empty big place.
Right.
Yeah.
So what we call that? We call that right sizing it. They're right.
Yeah.
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 So you guys going to play there in May, right?
Yeah. But to be honest, I've never played the venue they've chosen this time.
Okay.
Have you played there, Søren?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
It's a very small venue, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Who'd you play there with?
Well, I think it was in the 90s, late 90s, with a band called Killer Dollar Babies. We never made an album. We just made demos. And it was kind of 70s hard rock, Kiss, Alice Cooper type thing.
Right.
With two girls and two boys. Me singing, a guitar player who was male, and a bass player who was female, and a drummer who was female.
Right.
And we were kind of dressed up in kind of glamish kind of clothes and stuff.
Right.
Really cool band, actually. But yeah, never happened.
Never. Nothing materialized too much further from there.
Nope.
All right. That's
only demos, actually. But yeah.
So we've got Meridian's back. They never left, but Meridian's back with a new tune, a new vibe. The feedback from what I've been seeing has been positive. I'm a fan. Is there anything that you want to say to the fans of Meridian and anybody who might be on the fence about when any band brings in a new singer? Anything you want to say to the public?
No, I'd just like to thank people for accepting the change and still being on board. Yeah, with us.
So ultimately, you're feeling really positive about the future of Meridian.
Yeah, of course. Sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Excellent. All right. So we're going to see you at Nordic Noise next year. And when more dates are announced, maybe we'll come back and do a revisit with the two of you. Maybe we'll bring Marco in, because I think he's great. He's a tremendous producer. In a second. But this has been such a fun interview for me. I'm a big fan of both of you. I was always a fan of Meridian. I've been a fan of Søren since I found him on Artillery. So this is just a real special interview for me. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Special thanks to Martin, Jepsen, Andersen, and Søren Adamsen of Meridian for joining us here on Jace Media. The new album is self-titled. It's called Meridian, and it is available from the brilliant minds at From the Vaults. During the interview, you heard clips of Uprising. Right now, you're hearing Crown the King of Violence. I also played a clip of Mask of Anger. All these fantastic songs are off of this self-titled next chapter in that great story, which is Meridian. And if you want to mark your calendars now for the Nordic Noise Fest, Meridian will be there May 14th, 15th, and 16th in Copenhagen, Denmark. They're going to be alongside some other great bands like Black Swamp Water, Artillery, and Captain Blackbeard, fronted by my good friend Robert Mai. So check out the links on this interview's show notes. And like we always say, make legitimate purchases of the music, merch, and tickets to support hardworking artists like Meridian. And I also highly recommend their back catalog. It is not as harsh as the new Meridian, but it's got some great power rock, power prog. Everything that's great about metal is there. No matter what you do, though, of course, make legitimate purchases of the music, merch, and tickets to support hard-working artists like Meridian. Folks, head on over to the revamped JaceMediaMusic.com page. We've got reviews, we've got interviews, we've got all kinds of great music coverage. Check out some of my recent video interviews with my all-time favorite metal singer, John Bush of Armored Saint and Category 7, the drummer of Category 7 and Shadows Fall, Jason Bittner, guitar heroes like Herman Frank of Victory, and Søren Andersen, guitar player for Glenn Hughes, and rock and metal singers like Nick DeSalvo of Elder, Fate's Warning singer Ray Alder, DK Rebel of Kickin' Valentina, and members of Avatarium, Captain Blackbeard, and more. Special thanks, as always, to our fantastic founder and publisher, Glenn, and all of my Jace Media colleagues. And of course, special thanks to you, the worldwide Jace Media music audience. Look for Jace Media on Facebook and X and Instagram and basically every social media channel you can think of. I am Justin Smolison, proud Jace Media contributor from across the pond. Thank you again for tuning in. Keep coming back to JaceMediaMusic.com. I've got more video interviews on the way.